Okay, so remember, we run this Monday to Friday, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. with the exclusion of Tuesdays that we actually start at 7 p.m. Of course, you know why? Because you just listen to a real estate program, which, takes up the first 30 minutes of the show right here. So welcome to the Evening Rush. My name is Precious Enyi. Juliet will be joining us pretty soon. And of course, we'll be doing a lot of disservice if we do not look at the Chatham House issue today. So Lagos, let's go digging on all that has happened in the Chatham House recently. You would recall that in December, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress did a future at the Chatham House, and a lot did go down. And of course, there was a lot of back and forth, and then yesterday, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party also did appear at the Chatham House. Well, news filtered in that the presidential candidate, almost at least top 4 presidential candidates were invited, and that is that of the PDP, APC, Labour Party, and NNPP, Kwankwaso. So we hear that Kwankwaso will be appearing tomorrow. However, news trickling in has it that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and his team did decline the invitation by the Chatham House. Perhaps that's a little wonder why they did not appear or make that appearance early this year when he had traveled to the United Kingdom for other activities over there. So we'll be looking at the Chatham House issues, because this evening we also this afternoon we had the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, at the Chatham House, where of course he did break down the statistics of registered voters and what INEC has been doing so far, so good, in preparations towards the election. So we'll be looking at all of that. First of all, why Chatham House? What is so special about Chatham House that our people would have to leave Nigeria, pay flight, go all the way to another man's country to go and tell us what they have for us? Why so? We may just have a little light on that, right? And then we'll also look at what transpired in December whilst the APC presidential candidate was there in Chatham House. And then we marry it with what happened yesterday with the Labour Party's presidential candidate. And then, of course, we'll look at what the INEC chairman said today at the Chatham House. One of the most interesting things that I captured from what the INEC chairman said today at the Chatham House was that, amongst all that we have, or amongst the entire over 93 million registered voters that we have, youths from the age of 18 to about 49 make over 76% of the registered voters, and this is quite impressive. And what this tells you is that the power to vote in this particular election, not another one, is in the hands of the youth. And that is why it is a topic for conversation. Let's look at it. If the INEC chairman has said in Chatham House, going by the INEC registered number of registered voters statistics, that out of the 93 million registered voters, right, that about 76% of them are youths between the age of 18 and 49. What does it tell you? That the power to decide who becomes Nigeria's next president lies in your hands. That is a fact, according to the INEC chairman. I will be looking at that now. So how will we have all these major political parties share that block of votes? That's a major conversation that we'll be having this evening. Lagos, you don't want to miss out on this conversation. Stay with us. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Did I say my name earlier? My name is Precious Enyi. And of course, my sister woman is in the building.
Juliet Obata. Is always fantastic to be here.
You sound like you're just rushing down from. Are you okay?
Did you have to tell everybody that came in late?
No. It's not about no. The way you heaved a sigh of relief, like, oh.
You didn't have to tell them now. They cannot see it.
Now
but
they can see that they're watching from
just
YouTube.
Walked in.
But they are seeing from YouTube now.
God.
Oh, sorry, baby. It's okay. All right, Lagos, let's quickly take a break. We'll be right back to dive right into this conversation. Stay with us.
See tire for here. Put on for in neck. Burn am. Yes. You no go find better work do. Now yahoo dem go dey do. Burn am. Stop!
That person where you won't born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You uncle wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey born person. You no stop them. E dey do you like film abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am, and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
Hello, this is your good radio pal, Citizen Jones Hussein, with the voice of the people VOP Radio 90.3 on your dial. I'll be sharing 2 solid hours of compact radio with you. Join me, Citizen Jones, every Saturday morning, 7 to 8 a.m. on newspaper headliners and 8 to 9 on Citizen Jones This Morning. Keep the date, Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9.
Want to build a successful business, or are you struggling in your business? Listen to Business Launchpad with Peter Anosike, Nigeria's #1 finance book author, every Saturday by 10:30 a.m. on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Business Launchpad, the keys to building successful businesses.
The Evening Rush with Pressures. Let me bring you a reminder of hot topical conversations of the day.
Even state investors. As you're saying, you've not funded those as well.
Critical analysis of hot and trending topics on Hot Topics.
That's enough for a responsible government to take appropriate action.
Politics.
If every president, every governor, every minister, every commissioner took his job seriously, this country would not be where it is.
Economy.
We're not growing in terms of what's happening with the economy.
Lifestyle. Human angle.
Put the government on notice.
And sometimes the unusual. Evening Rush with Precious. Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3 Voice of the People FM, Lagos. Evening Rush with Precious. Featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors to discuss matters arising on Hot Topic Party.
What was the rate of inflation, and Demi, what was the exchange rate?
Intense conversations.
GDP is not an oil-dominated.
To agree.
Like what's going on here?
I saw that. On Hot Topic Pali, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3 Voice of the People FM, Lagos. Now you have a voice. All right, 90.3 Voice of the People FM, that's where you are, and welcome to the Evening Rush. And once more, yeah, I said that before, right? Okay, I'm saying that again. All right, so we are talking about, before I mention something else, because something else is in my head, right? That's a mention. All right, so today we're looking at the entire series, a scenario of the Chatham House. So, yeah, more like a series of Chatham House, because we had from December, yesterday, today, tomorrow, Kwankwaso is going. So, so it's a series, right? So we'll be looking at that. And I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering, okay, so why Chatham House in the first place? Why do we have to have our people go to the Chatham House to talk? So, as you may know, the Chatham House is a world-leading policy institute with a mission to help government and societies build a sustainable, secure, prosperous, and just world. So this is where, you have world leaders from across the globe come to talk about their
policies, how they'll better the lot of their people, right? And then some people will argue that, okay, so we have a body like that in Nigeria. How about that? So why don't we use
also
it?
have Nigerians in diaspora, especially in London. There's so many of them in Britain. There's so many Nigerians there, so it's not even out of place for them to go to Chatham House.
So, but the thing is, I would like to probably take an excerpt from a well-articulated article, if I have to say that. Forgive the rhyme, by
you'll be fine.
Forgive the rhyme by what's that his name again? Let me not even miss my way right now. Say Ruben Abati, of course. We know that before being a TV host, which I don't want to say anything about that. Before being a TV host, of course, he's an editor. So he wrote something. He did X-ray the entire Chatham House issue. In fact, from reading from an excerpt of that, his write-up now. He says Chatham House, and so what? We have a similar body here in Nigeria, the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, NIIA, which is Nigeria's top tank.
Sorry, no.
You know, go wait to make a top.
Sorry, no vex. Okay, that one came out wrong.
He said, which is Nigeria's top think. Okay, Nigeria's top think tank on public affairs, established in 1961, and since then has proven to be a major center of research and analysis, where the NIIA to invite Nigerian politicians to come and speak on their platforms. They are not likely to show up, will they? So they would give excuses, and that is why no major politician has gone there to engage the Nigerian intelligentsia. Say grammar. And then further reading from the excerpt, he said, what is shocking now is how politicians have turned an opportunity to speak at Chatham House into a badge of honor. One state governor had to make so much noise about making a speech at the Chatham House. You would think he had been knighted at the time by the Queen. I don't want to say this man has bad mouth. Then, when a sitting government gets wind of information and that an opposition member is about to speak at Chatham, it is standard practice to send our own people there to state our own side of the story. A lot of back and forth. And he said the main challenge is here at home, not on the streets of London and at all the political gladiators. There is urgent need to focus more on issues rather than engaging in rather than engage in mudslinging, polluting and fouling the environment. Ew.
That's deep, oh.
Ongoing politics of hate would make healing and reconciliation difficult when the election is won and lost. Nigeria cannot afford that. Now, this was Ruben Abati's take on the entire Chatham House brouhaha.
Yeah, that's Ruben Abati.
That is Ruben Abati. Okay. First of all, we would like to know what you make of Nigerian politicians going to Chatham House. We had the APC presidential candidates appear in Chatham House in December. We had Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, appear in Chatham House yesterday. And I'm going to play you excerpt of a few things they said in each of these so that it doesn't look like, we're just mentioning that they were there. So you hear what they said by themselves. We also had the INEC's principal, if I have to say that, the principal of INEC, that is the chairman of INEC, Mahmoud Yakubu, appeared today at the Chatham House. As much as we're going to pay more attention to what the INEC chairman had said today at the Chatham House, where he did reveal that over 76% of the registered voters that we have right now by the recent INEC register are youths between age 18 to 49. While we're paying attention to that and looking at how the 18 political presidential candidates will be slugging out these votes, will be sharing from that block of votes, right? While we will be talking about that, but let's also look at, is the Chatham House appearance important anyway? If it is, why do you think it is to you? If it isn't, let's hear from you. But at the meantime, let's quickly just dig into, let's just move to business, right? Let's dig into what your presidential candidates have said at the Chatham House. So far, so good.
Let's start from Peter Obi.
Why? We're starting from December now.
No,
let's start from December, Juliet.
We've heard the one from December. We are tired. Let's hear Peter Obi.
Okay. So Julia said, let's hear Peter Obi. So let's go hear Peter Obi. This is an excerpt of words he said yesterday at the Chatham House. We'll play a few of them and then we'll get back to you, Lagos. Stay with us. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. And here is the presidential candidate of the Labour Party speaking at the Chatham House yesterday.
Past 3 months have declared emergency in power and said anybody can generate.
And excuse me, just so we know, this was Peter Obi speaking on the power challenge that Nigeria has, comparing it to that of South Africa and what he would do.
And South Africa in the past 3 months have declared emergency in power and said anybody can generate up to 100 megawatts without license. So somebody who is 60 million generating about over 40,000 declared emergency. What do you think somebody with 2 million people generating 5 to 6,000 will do? War. I'm going to declare war on power and I'll solve it.
You heard that. He said he will declare war on power and he is committed to solving it. Not his exact words. He will solve it, just so he doesn't look like I'm paraphrasing. So let's take a further look at what he said yesterday.
People are agitated even in my house and I talk with them. So I'll deal with everybody. I'll show you of that. Don't worry about that. On issue of health, so somebody who is 60 million, we have a problem with health. We have underinvested. And because our government have not prioritized our development agenda, everybody knows that the only measure of development that is recognized globally today is Human Development Index. And this is hinged on 3 items: life expectancy, which is health. And we are low in that. Nigerian life expectancy today is about 50 something, as against the global average of 72. So we're low. Same in education. So it's to prioritize that. I just gave somebody an example. In the past 5 years, from 2015 to 2021, Nigerian budget in health is under 2.5 trillion naira for 200 million people. It's unacceptable. Even this year, our budget for health is about 1.5 trillion. Our budget for education is about 2 trillion. 2 of them combined, annual budget is about 3.5 trillion. When your 6-month budget for subsidy, which is a criminalized, listen, if 3.6 trillion is unacceptable. You have to put money in key development areas, as Professor Dutton has just mentioned, and I read out here, that what separates country, rich and poor, is health and education. So it's clear. So we will deal with it. But he said, how do you cover it? Nations of our size have covered it. How did India, for 1.4 billion people, cover issue of health? How did Indonesia cover that? We have big nations that have done it well.
Well, you did hear that. That's from the presidential candidate of the Labour Party and how he would declare, how he would handle the health issue in Nigeria. But there was something very particular he said about, corruption that I did like. He said that corruption has a trickling effect. That if he, that is at the helm of affairs, could show some, upward moral character, and then his wife is not corrupt, he is not corrupt, his wife is not corrupt, his children is not corrupt, the people working immediately with him are not corrupt, then it's to trickle down. So because it has a trickling effect,
what I love most, what he said about insecurity. He said he's going to use the carrot and stick approach, that he's going to negotiate with people who he needs to negotiate with, and then those who he would not negotiate with, he will deal with.
All right, but my fear a bit is a worry. I worry a bit about what he said about the power sector, that he would have to fight anybody he has to fight to ensure that we get it right in power. And, we all know how it looks like. There are some powers that be that have insisted that
he should be careful not to play to the gallery.
Exactly. So is this battle something he would like to face from the beginning?
I don't know.
That's actually a problem for me.
It's easier when you are out there, you can see anything. When you get in there, you see that the bureaucracy and the things that will hinder you, the power that be, and then you're not able to do what you intended to do.
So when he was asked about global warming and all of those stuffs, and then he did say that, well, he'll follow the laid down standards, international standards. And some of those standards is that, for instance, stuffs that the kind of things that we cook that we're used to, like using charcoal, firewood and all that should be extinct, because these are things that, affect the ozone layer and all of that. So when he said that he will follow the standard, and I'm thinking, has he considered the Nigerian factor? The fact that that's just the one way the common man in Nigeria
so there's a thin line between talking and playing
doing
to the
exactly. So exactly. So
talking shop.
Exactly. So when you call us, please don't come and start campaigning. Oh, I want this person. Tell us the facts of what this person said, because you cannot play everything your candidates have said, right? So tell us about what he said and what you like about what he said.
So Precious, I particularly also like what he said about the IPOB agitations. We've been talking about, has anyone actually made efforts to negotiate with these people, to have conversations with these people? What are they talking about? Some of them are saying that, it's because of injustice, is because of unfairness, is because of what he has said. Is going to negotiate with them. Not only IPOB, he's going to negotiate with other people who are agitating. Which I think is good. You understand? People cannot just start agitating for no reason. He says it's because of the rot in the system, the rot in leadership, that over time, when you have like 63% of people living in poverty, what do you expect? Some people will definitely have to complain. Some people will definitely be at a disadvantage. So he understands that people might need to agitate, but how you now handle the agitation is a big deal. Do you understand? And the fact that he has decided that, okay, so he's going to handle it maturely, he's going to have conversations with people he needs to have conversations with, which I think is kind of good.
All right, so let's quickly move on to the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, as he did appear at the Chatham House last month, and what he said very quickly. If we can just pick one of the things he said, and then we move on to what the INEC chairman said today, and then we'll begin to take your calls. Lagos, let's take a listen.
To demonstrate that, I will choose the first question, assign it to Dele Alake. Okay. And the second question, assigned to Nasiru El-Rufai. And third question, assigned to Ben Ayade.
All right, so can we have a microphone coming in the front? And the first question is about blood oil. Oil. There, this gentleman.
Does not mean a departure from the present administration. The classification, a theft and a receiver exists.
All right, that was the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress answering question on oil theft, on how to curb oil theft in Nigeria at the Chatham House in December. Lagos, you've heard that. Well, when we come back after this break, we'll quickly look at what did I say the professor of INEC? Yes. The INEC chairman, Professor Makbuki Yakubu, said today at the Chatham House, especially talking about, the statistics and demographic of voters that we have in Nigeria. And we're looking at how will all of these political candidates battle these, number of votes, right, that we have. That's what we'll be looking at after this break. It's a revolution, baby. So we'll be talking about it. By the way, if you have a WhatsApp message, bring it on to 0700 903 9039. If you're watching us on YouTube and you're in the diaspora, you can feel free to chime in into the conversation. Drop your comment on the chat session on YouTube, or you can do us a WhatsApp message on 0700 903 9039. You can actually also call that WhatsApp number, and then the call line, I'll let you know after the break. So we'll also be right back. It's a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
This is your number one radio station at VOP 90.3 FM.
When I finish downloading this show like this, I will go straight to Tayo's house to eat sweet jollof. Then enjoy this movie on YouTube. It's just that Tayo will now start disturbing me to turn on my Wi-Fi for him when he can easily enjoy data bonus with MTN for me. With MTN for me, you will get 100% data bonus and discounted data bundles just like that. What are you waiting for? Dial *121# to get started with MTN for me.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
If you're looking for a place to relax and find comfort, the right place to be is the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, we offer excellent services to our clients and customers. We serve high quality wines at our restaurant and bar, while our continental dish is second to none. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, located on 42 Murtala Mohammed International Airport Road, our rooms are in conformity with international standard and best practices. We accord priority to security for all our guests. Breakfast is free.
That's how start do.
Yay! And we have standard facilities for your seminar and training. For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-7003-333.
Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist, that's how start do.
The Evening Rush with Pressures, featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors to discuss matters arising on Hot Topic Party.
What was the rate of inflation, and Demi, what was the exchange rate?
Intense conversations.
Doesn't mean he's about to join any party or not. Then who will join the one that will drink our
critical analysis.
We'll be right back.
200 million people, we can't even give ourselves.
We sometimes disagree.
When we say our GDP, it's not an oil-dominated.
To agree.
Stay tuned.
I saw that.
On Hot Topic Pali, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3. Voice of the People FM. Lagos. Now you have a voice. Lagos, you are welcome back. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. And of course, we have been looking at the entire Chatham House series. Why is it very necessary? And I did read an article to you that was written by Ruben Abati that Nigeria has such an institute in, domiciled in Nigeria, NIIA. But should NIIA invite any of our politicians, would they attend?
No.
So what's the fuss about Chatham House? Well, we did play back a bit of soundbite of what transpired when the presidential candidate of the Labour Party was there yesterday, what he said, promises he made. We played back, the reactions or what the Labour the APC presidential candidate said, whilst he was there too, especially as regards, his response to oil theft. That's actually what we could lay our hands on at the moment, right? Let's quickly look at what Professor Mahmoud Yakubu said. That is the the INEC chairman concerning the same thing. Now, the reason why I chose to talk about this is because it dealt with, the number of registered voters that we have, right? And how these registered voters will be shared among the political, the top presidential candidates, if I dare say. So let's quickly take a listen at what he said, and I'll be right back to take your calls and reactions. Stay with us, Lagos.
And as I said, we have 93.4 million registered. IVET has been deployed in the recent CVR. And as I said, we have 93.4 million registered voters, of which 37 million, that's 39.5%, are young people, young Nigerians between the ages of 18 and 34. And then they are closely followed by 33.4 million, or 35.75% middle-aged voters between the ages of 35 and 49. Put together, these two categories constitute 75.39% of registered voters in Nigeria. So actually the 2023 election is the election of the young people, because they have the numbers. Even the majority of the PVCs collected actually are collected by young people. So out of the 93.4 million, 70.4 million registered voters are between the ages of 18 and 49. Already their PVCs, as I said, are available and are being collected, and the collection of the cards will end on the 29th of January. We have to end it because before the election, we'll publish the number of PVCs collected on polling unit by polling.
There you have it, Lagos. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, talking about talking at the Chatham House and breaking down, the more like the INEC register, right? And so you see why that did catch my attention.
70.3 youth are going to be voting.
Exactly. So
70.4 million
youths out of the 93 million or 93.4 million registered voters that we have right now.
That's a good thing. Like, I'm excited about it.
Exactly.
I'm genuinely excited about it.
So between the age of 18 and 49 actually makes up over 76% of this bulk of voters, of the entire bulk of votes, registered voters.
That's a good thing.
And it's amazing. So how do you think, how will this, the entire 18 presidential candidates slug out and try to share from this number
young
of votes?
People.
That's actually
I think they should now
at.
redirect their attention to the young people.
Will they do that? Will they do that? How will they do that? How would they be
some
looking
of them
at
have
that?
been wise. Some of them have started doing that earlier on in the in the whole campaign thing. So people who have not keyed into it should start doing it now. Young people are going to vote massively. They're not going to be playing football or sitting at home watching Netflix.
All right, Lagos, phone lines are open. Let's hear from you first. What's the fuss about Chatham House? What do you think about our presidential candidates, our politicians going to Chatham House to tell us stuff? If you remember, because I remember very well, I think it was in 2015 when the election was postponed. The first time it was announced, or the first place it was even announced, was in Chatham House. So at that time, when I say, so you want to tell us something, you go to London and tell us the thing. You not tell us personally, stuff like that. So we want to understand what you make of, your politicians appearing at the Chatham House when we also have very, similar institution in Nigeria. Phone lines are open officially 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. But the number to send your WhatsApp message to, or to call if you're watching from YouTube, is 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. Let's take your thoughts, your reaction. First, you did hear what all the two presidential candidates who have appeared so far at the Chatham House said. You also did hear what Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, the INEC chairman, has said at the Chatham House today. What do you make of all their statements and why? Give me facts. Don't tell me I like what this person said. What about what the person said do you like?
Yeah.
So that we know that you actually listened.
To that particular,
you point to the particular thing the person said that you like and why you like it. Exactly. Yeah. So that we know that you're actually following up, not that you're just coming to comment.
We also want to hear issue-based comments.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh. Not only issue-based campaign. All right, Lagos phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your calls very quickly. So I have this WhatsApp message here. Promise, will you do justice to that? I think there's this message I think we need to react to very quickly.
Okay, this person said, Precious, play Atiku's speech. Okay,
so Atiku has not appeared at the Chatham House this season, this year. He did appear in 2019, but he didn't appear this period. So we can't play you.
I think it was in
his 2019
was it?
speech.
The last time he had.
I think there was something wrong with the teleprompter or something. I think something
was
went
in
wrong with the Juliet.
Okay.
Chukwuka from Ojo said, good evening, Precious and Juliet. Hope your day went well. They're all saying that Peter Obi have not condemned IPOB. Have Tinubu condemned Yoruba Nation agitators? Again, Juliet just talked about what Peter Obi said at Chatham House, and you played Tinubu on, but you didn't tell us what Tinubu said. So tell us one tangible thing he said that will make you vote for him. They're asking you people.
Why are you coming for me?
My hands are clean, no, please.
Why are you coming for me? So Chukwuka, I played a clip where he talked about where he tried to address oil theft. And he was able to identify, first of all, there's a theft and there's a receiver of the theft of stolen goods, right? To go further on that before I went on break. However, I don't have the time to go back to that. So shall we jump right straight into the calls right now? Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Yes, very good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Emmanuel from Bucknell.
Emmanuel from Bucknell. Emmanuel, God is with us. Go ahead, let's hear you.
If you can remember the last time that I called, I complained about PVC collection.
Okay, what was it you complained about? Remind me, please.
PVC collection at Igbo.
Okay.
That the collection is very, very slow. And I made a video and sent to the INEC chairman that you have on your show.
Did you send me that video? I told you to send me that video, right? That I'll help you send it to him.
I sent the video. I sent the video myself.
Okay.
But he did not see through the video. But last, he later opened the video. He watched the video.
Okay, he has watched it now. Has he responded to you?
Yes.
Good. What did he say to you?
No, he didn't send any message back to me. What he did is that he beefed up the guys. He employed more people.
Okay.
At that time,
so he has acted on it.
If you go there now, you collect your PVC.
So have you succeeded in taking yours?
I collected my own yesterday.
Give us some slacks now.
That's a good thing,
Congratulations.
Right?
So that is to say that this station was helpful to you collecting your PVC. True or false?
Instrumental to you collecting your PVC.
Were we?
I collected my own yesterday.
Tell us now. Were we instrumental to you taking your PVC? Tell us if we were or not.
Huh?
Were we instrumental? Did we help you? Were we helpful to you taking your PVC eventually?
Oh my! You people are the first people. That is the first instrument of progress. You people are the first instrument of progress.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate this, and we love. So now you see that when you talk, they answer. So it is your responsibility to talk. For all those people who will say, hey, that are denying that things like this are happening, they're denying it's not happening. When we tell them they will not do anything, continue. It is your right, your responsibility to continue. So continue. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. And I want to contribute to the Chatham House.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you. First of all, what do you think about the whole Chatham House thing?
For PTB, he performed.
What did he? Not he performed. What did he perform that you liked?
Mention one thing that he said that you liked.
On the issue of fighting corruption, what he said.
What did he say? What did he say about fighting corruption that you like? Don't tell me what he said, though. What did he say? Tell me what and quote him.
When you are inside your house, you are not a thief. Your wife is not a thief.
Okay.
And your children is not a thief. There is no how people around you will get the effrontery to steal what does not belong to them. what will make others
Amazing.
happy, what will make others feel okay, and what people will just come and take it away.
Amazing. Thank you.
That is very, very interesting. You say that it will stop radicality in the Nigerian system of government. It is very good. And at the issue of
Can you help me speak up a bit, please? I'm losing you. You're sounding faint now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We'll have to let you go. Thank you so much, by the way, for calling us. All right, Ligo. So that's what we're talking about. So you would recall that the Resident Electoral Commissioner of INEC in Lagos State was here 2 weeks ago now. It is on this show, and he did give out his number. He did mention that for those who said that there's been some sort of discrimination against them in the collection of their PVCs, and then those who said they are not giving out to them, if you witness or experience personally any of those incidents, if you can take pictures and send to him
directly,
and he will do something about
give
it.
You his number.
And this is like testimony time. And this particular person said he had done videos he had sent to the INEC chairman. At the time he told us about it yesterday, he said the INEC chairman was yet to react to it. But the good thing is that he now reacted to it by even employing more people, putting more hands at the Ejigbo Center, and he went and he collected his PVC.
He collected it.
He collected it. Thank you so much. Impressive, isn't it? 0700 Lagos 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Let's get to take your thoughts, your reactions on the conversation of today, the whole Chatham House issue. First of all, why Chatham House? Chatham House chat. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Nena from Badagry.
Nena, Madam Nena from Badagry.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
No, Peter Obi said he will do this war on NEPA. Okay? Good. So not that he will fight, but he will, coalition. He will, that is it, he will make sure that nobody, not even Satan, not even devilish people, will stop him from making everybody to get light. So that our children that doesn't have anything to do. So that those people that are doing ice cream, that is what they call it now. They will see what to do. They will use light to generate their own money for their family. That is what I know about that war.
Okay.
That anybody that wants to disturb him, he will not agree. He will make sure that he fights to make sure that light.
And why are you interested in that particular conversation? Why does it excite you?
Because some people will think because he wants to do or something. Then some people will want to, stop him from doing it. But this time around, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will let this man succeed in Jesus' name. Yes. Because
all right.
His life will use in doing everything to make money. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, interesting. 0700 903 903 903. If you're watching off YouTube, I'd like you to drop your thoughts and reaction at our other chat session on YouTube. Let's take your reactions too, right? 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. And we have quite a number of messages on the WhatsApp box. Promise, can you help us with those?
Okay, this person, Ola said, at the point which Obi said both health and education budget is not up to subsidy budgets for 6 months, I was like, we need a man that know our problem, who can provide solution to it, not a man that will assign work to his aides because everything will stop on his desk as our president. Ola from Ijegun said this so.
Okay. All right, so phone lines are still open. Let's get to take your thoughts and your reactions.
Okay, Chukwuka Ojo again said, this is what I have for all Tinubu supporters. You people want to vote for him without putting your future and unborn children first. I will ask, will you want any of your children to be like... I don't think I'll... To be like...
Your presidential candidate. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that, actually. And you're telling them to think twice before they vote. Okay.
All right. Okay, Lagos. So let's keep taking your thought and your reaction. Let's get to know, first of all, what do you make about, the entire Chatham House issue, right? And then what do you think about, what the two presidential candidates who have spoken there so far, what they said? We'd like to hear from you. Issues on what they said. We'd like you to point out critical issues on what they said that interest you or that you do not like. That's what we are talking about. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. WhatsApp number is 0700 903 903 9. For call is 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Princess.
Yes, good evening to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What?
My name is Franklin. I'm calling from Lagos.
Frankly, can you help me speak up a bit? I think there's something fundamentally wrong with everybody's voice this evening. Everyone's voice is so low. Good evening.
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you, but I wish you can be a tad better.
Better or not better?
Okay, it's better. Let's go ahead.
Better, okay.
Thank you.
So to me, the issue of Chatham House, we cannot invite them to our country to come and tell them. To come and tell us
what they will do for their people.
For their people. It's absolutely insult to us. Are they trying to enslave us again? My major disappointment happened to be the chairman of INEC. Went to that place to go and tell them what is happening there.
He was invited.
People that would dictate to us. He was invited, yes. Invitation can be honored and dishonored. It can be honored and can be dishonored. We can't invite them to come to our country. We have a research center, like what we said. You, Abati, Arufai. These are the people, the journalists I love most in my life in this country. You, Abati, Arufai. Three of you, I love most. I'm trying to develop interest in Jennifer now.
Oh, wow. Jennifer or Juliet?
These are the people that critical analysis without bias. So that's all now. Without bias. I don't know why we need to go to there and they will be asking us what are we doing for our country. I don't even helping us. These are the greatest problem created in this country today. We are talking of IPOP, Odua, this thing. They kept him out there. I read from my father's archive, from my father this thing. I know the problem they created in Nigeria as a result of their selfish interest. And today they are still controlling us. For someone that is conducting electoral on fire, went to that place to go and tell them, say, this is our plan. Can we invite them to Nigeria and do something? We need to, politics is local. How many people can watch Chatham House interview or conversation? You understand that these are the people that are supposed to speak to the people in the grassroots. That we know their plan. What they have for us in stock. We go to Chatham House. Can somebody in the village go to the Chatham? How many of them can even subscribe to digital TV?
Thank you. So the thing, I had said earlier on the show that we have a similar body in Nigeria. NIIA. Should NIIA have invite any of these politicians or political presidential candidates? Do you think they would oblige?
We are supposed to oblige if our
but considering the prevailing circumstances, do you think they will?
If our electoral system is effective. You understand now? Let me just crack a joke or let me funny or let me shock you. You see, if Obi is campaigning, if Atiku is campaigning, if Atiku is campaigning, I will not waste my days in my office. But when Tinubu is campaigning, go and watch. I know you are a journalist. Look at what happened in Kwara today. And these are the people that are saying they went to Chatham House and not those kind of things.
I don't understand what you're saying. If Obi is campaigning and Atiku, I don't understand what you mean by that.
You don't understand me?
No, I don't.
Yes, I said one of them is a clown.
Oga, thank you. Oga, thank you. Oga, thank you so much. You do appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm sure you understand. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, Lagos. When you call us, try to keep it very sane, civil, and void of any insinuations that would seem like an insult.
Please.
We appreciate you.
We are begging you.
All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Thank you, man. Peter, I am calling from Demo.
Peter, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you very quickly.
Thank you very much. See, Tinubu, Atiku, Obi, they are in Chartered House in London. They didn't go there for the interest of Nigeria as far as I'm concerned. And,
okay, for just for point of correction, Atiku was not in Chatham House this year.
Yes?
Atiku never attended Chatham House this year. Was not there this year. So go ahead.
Right,
It has not been there.
Okay, that's Tinubu and Obi.
Yes, so far. We hear Kwankwaso may be there tomorrow. We don't know. So just go ahead. Out there. We lost him. 0700 903 903 903. Just one more call before we jump on a break. Hello, good evening.
Hi, Precious.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. This is Remy.
Remy, you're welcome. Where are you calling us from?
Akoka.
Remy, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
How are you doing, Juliet?
I'm fine, thank you, Remy.
Yeah.
How is Akoka today?
Cool.
Why you using that soprano voice? I'm fine, thank you, Remy. The voice just changed. Okay, Remy, sorry, that wasn't to distract you. Sorry, go ahead.
It's allowed.
Go ahead.
But I want to ask, is Nigeria the only country that visits Chatham House?
No.
Is Africa the only continent that visits Chatham House?
No.
It's an international.
It's an international institution, actually.
Yeah.
Fine. Which simply means it's not only to Africans.
No.
Of course, one would have assumed probably it's only meant for Africans to just come and showcase themselves in front of the Europeans.
No.
It is not.
But even though naturally something like this, you see more Africans patronizing it.
Yeah.
Right? But your answer is strictly no.
You asked a question. You said if NIA, if I got you right.
Yes,
NIA probably invited the candidates over. I believe Anobi would have acknowledged it.
I appreciate it.
Use all his appearances at different debates or interviews. I believe Obi would have acknowledged it.
Thank
Going
you.
by that alone, I believe.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling. All right, Lagos, that's the most we can have in this conversation this evening. Well, when we come back from this break that we're about to go to now, we'll be switching the conversation, talking about things that we learn from the international community. A lot has been happening. So there was a revelation by an actor, Kunle Remy, yesterday about how he was invited to join something he wasn't supposed, obscured. I don't know. I would play that soundbite to you. So we want to look at civilization and modernization. To what extent can we learn things from Obodo Yibo people, from foreign people? Because right now in the abroad, now people are now doing, we're not doing, what's that thing about, we're no longer this gender. We're no longer this race. I was born of this race, but I don't feel like I'm from this race. So I want to change my race.
40% this
yes,
race. I'm 60% that race.
Then I was a woman that was. I feel like I am a man imprisoned and trapped in a woman's body. So right now I want to go back and change my gender to a woman. To a man, Ojari. So we want to talk about all of those things, right? Not calling it transgender particularly, but all of those transracial, transgender. We
binary.
Binary.
That one.
Well, yeah, binary is the thing that
you're either male or female.
Yes, there are people who actually have that biological issues where they have both organs. That's the thing, and that's why they prefer, to be non-binary, like to just be you, because they don't want to be associated with either the female or male gender because of they have both organs, right? But that's a different thing entirely. We're looking at those who were born with a particular sex, but they have now said that no, they don't feel like God did well to them. God deliberately imprisoned them in that sex. I want to put them in another sex. Yes, so that's what we are looking at. We'll be looking at that, and especially as it concerns the practice of some sexes in this part of the world. Is this something that is alien to our society? Now, the reason why this is important to me, I'll let you know, because, in the spirit of Jackpad and all of that, I have a friend's child who has Jackpad, and when the child was being enrolled into university at the age of 18, the school in the UK asked her, how old are you? She said, what's your age? She said, and they said, okay, what gender are you? She said, female. I'm a female. And she's a very voluptuous female. And she said, but what gender do you like to be associated with? Thank you. What gender would you like to be associated with? Like, how do you want to be identified? What gender would you like to be identified as? And she said, female, of course. Do you understand? So that is to say that now there's this awareness that you're free to be any gender, but want to be associated as another gender. right. Okay, we'll be talking about that after this break. Lagos, stay with us. 90.3 Voice of the People FM. If you have questions concerning that, if you have reactions concerning that, bring them on the chat box on YouTube, because we'll be streaming live again on that. And of course, send us a WhatsApp message. Let's get to take your thoughts and reactions. Is that the new development? Is that how civilization is taking us to? Be civilization carrying us to where we don't know? After this break, we'll be right back. Lagos, stay with us.
Yeah, 6 here. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. 90.3 FM.
Papa, mama, brothers, sisters.